Today, we are going to be going over some very easy route combos to beat man coverage in college football 25. We're going to be talking about different variations of man coverage to single high, to safety high, and then that cover zero look. I got a lot of really easy route combos that you guys could use that they're very, very easy progressions to go through. That'll make your life a whole lot easier going against man. Let's say they're just all out blitz and you cover zero, or maybe they're dropping everybody into coverage. You're only sending 2-3 people. Playbook that I am currently in right now is the Charlotte playbook. A lot of these concepts I'm going to give you guys, you might be able to use this in whatever plays you like to run, formations you like to run. But if you want to do it exactly how I'm running it, we're going to be in the Charlotte playbook, and we're going to be looking at the formation ace offset. A really big reason why I like this formation so much, especially against beating man coverage, is one, you'll see the set. It's 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends on the line. The biggest thing is that these 2 tight ends on the line is going to make your life so much easier because one, against man coverage, the guy isn't going to be straight up just aligned on the tight end. So tight end's always going to get a free release and kind of be able to do whatever he wants to do on his route. And you always got another tight end on the line. So if they're sending, like I said, they're in cover zero, they're blitzing you a whole lot, it'll be very easy to block the blitz. Play that we're going to be looking at out of this formation is Y sail. Now I know it seems like it looks like a very simple play, but how I like to work is, man, I like to come out in that one base play and kind of make a lot of my hot routes and my adjustments out of it. So I'm going to show you guys some adjustments that I like to do against man coverage. So I currently have the defense in a cover zero type of man coverage look, which cover zero means that everyone is going to be one-on-one in man coverage. There's no safety help. It's going to be a blitz behind it. So like that I feel like that's what you're going to see a lot. With the 2 things you're going to see when you go against man coverage is you're either going to go against that cover zero look I just talked about, or to where they're coming out in man coverage and they're just rushing absolutely nobody, or they might hit you with the 4-man rush and they might have like just a nasty 4-man rush and they're just getting it home really fast. And each route combo that I do give you guys, I'll also break down how good it is against cover zero, 2 safety high, 1 safety high, and stuff like that. A lot of these route combos are universally really good, but some are a little bit better than others against certain man coverages. So this right here is the first route combo that I'm going to give you guys. Now, as you can see, the running back is actually motioned out wide. The running back initially started on the right side of the quarterback. I'm going to break this whole thing down. So first of all, the progression here is you want to work your way from all the way to the left all the way to the right. So you got a simple hitch here on Xavier Restrepo. They call stop routes, hitch routes, curl routes, whatever you want to call them. I like to actually call them stop routes. These routes are so good against man coverage. If it's shade up top, man, it absolutely kills it. Even if it's shade underneath, man, it's really good. Now the DB is going to probably get a nice press animation on it, and it'll be a bit of a contested catch, but usually your receiver is going to always win at the end once he reaches the end point of the route where he kind of comes back. Sometimes it might be kind of a 50-50 ball because the DB might break on and tackle him while he's catching it, but your receiver always does a really good chance of catching that. So that's always a really good route against man coverage. Now the running back, you can see we motion him out wide to the left. He started on the right. We motion him all the way out to the left. Usually you want to motion in this route combo I'm giving you guys, you want to motion him to the complete opposite side that he's on. So if he was on the left side of my quarterback, I'll motion him to the right side, vice versa. The reason why is because in man coverage, usually the guy manned up on the running back is somewhere, let's say if he's lined up on the right side, he's somewhere on the right side. So when you move him all the way to the left side, now it kind of misaligns the man and messes up with a little bit. And I motioned him out wide and put him on a streak for a couple different reasons. One, it's a mismatch. It's either going to be a linebacker, it's going to be a safety, someone like that that's not really, ready to be one-on-one with a running back like that. If there's no safety help up top, this is usually can lead to pretty much a touchdown. If there is safety help up top, then, at that point, it's kind of a decoy route. But against like a cover zero, or maybe even sometimes a single high safety, if the safety just can't get over there fast enough, a lot of times that could easily go for a touchdown. Now you see we have the drag route on the tight end right here. That's just, something, a lot of times that's pretty much going to be wide open almost majority of the time. But you're having a route like that go over the middle of the field, there's a good chance that the user is going to sit down there and user it. And then you got the good old corner route right here on the tight end. Now in Y sail, this corner route stock runs a little bit deeper downfield. So what I like to do is I actually like to manually put him on a corner route because it runs a little bit faster and it's a little bit shorter, and it's just good to get out a little bit quicker. If you notice though that it might not be getting as much separation, then you can leave the default one out there, because the normal one, it does run where he runs deeper downfield. It usually does get open, just takes a little bit longer for it to develop, but you want to start left to right. The corner out, by the way, on that tight end is usually going to get open almost all the time, especially if you have like a good tight end with solid route running and really solid speed. He's almost going to get open every time. The receiver to the far right, he's pretty much just sitting there on a smoke screen because you want to give the tight end room to run the route, and I don't really want to put another drag out there where the other tight end. I know that's kind of a little mesh concept where you can kind of bump the guys and get them open. For me, a lot of times what usually happens is it usually just helps the man coverage out because they bump into each other. Now the DBs catches back up to the drag, and it never works out for me. So I've never been a big mesh guy against man coverage. But this route combo right here is universally good against pretty much any man coverage. 2 high safety, 1 high safety, cover 0, shade underneath man, shade over top man. It's really good against pretty much any variant. This is always a really good go-to call right here. And let's say, you know what, they are sending some pressure behind it, you can always just block the tight end that's on the drag and give yourself a little bit extra time so you have time to throw this. And if that's the case too, where you know they're doing that, then what you could do is you can have the option of either taking X or RB and just putting them on a little drag, just so you have some type of little underneath route to check to for the blitz and get the ball out quick. Typically, also, when you're going against man coverage, you always want to have some type of route going inside and some type of route going outside, because if they shade inside, then whatever route you have going to that outside is going to get wide open. If they shade to the outside, then whatever route you have going to the inside is going to get wide open. Now, that's also probably where their user is going to try to lean a little bit. Like if they shade outside, you're going to see them float around the middle a little bit more for in routes, slants routes, post routes, and etc., etc. But it's always good to have those different variations, just so whatever side they might shade to, you'll always have a guy that is supposed to get open. The next route combo I want to show you guys, we're still in the same play, YSL ace offset. This is just what I like to run this out of. Now, like I said, you don't have to run this out of this. If you have some formations and plays that you like to do, you can just straight up steal these route combos. In a way, it's kind of the same. It's just I like the 2 tight ends on the line. It gives me a lot of flexibility in what I like to do. So we're going to break this down. This was pretty similar. You're going to start from left to right. So the same thing we talked about. We motioned the running back started on the right side of the quarterback. We motioned him all the way out wide to the opposite side of the field. And we have him on a little zig route. This is pretty much going to be free, because the guy that he's going to be going against one-on-one is not going to be able to guard him on a zig route. It's almost virtually impossible. Now, maybe they'll end up dropping like a little curl flat or someone, an extra guy in his zone to take it away. That makes sense. Then you got the post route up top. Now, if you notice, this is not a normal post route. This right here is a normal post route. What I like to do is I like to actually stem route the post route down a little bit. It's actually glitched. It still looks like it's yeah, let me see if I can do it. I'm trying to put like a normal post route. Okay, that's a normal post route. Now I like to stem route it down just a little bit. He's gonna cut quicker. He's gonna get open on it faster. It's always just a little bit better. You always want your routes to just get open quicker. So you got the little post route inside for the middle of the field. Same thing. You got the drag underneath. Really, the only difference is instead of the hitch on the backside, it's a post route, and instead of a streak on the backside of the running back, it's a zig route. Pretty much still the same route concept. Now let's say it's a 2 safety high. What you could do, instead of having this tight end on a streak or a drag, you can actually put him on a streak. Now, what this is going to do is he's going to pretty much run that deep half out to play and get a lane open over the middle of the field for the safety. So that's really good for 2 high safety. And if you're noticing, hey, okay, the zig route's not really getting open how I like it to, then you can either put the running back on a drag, maybe an in route, something over the middle, just to, have that flow right there. And then you always have that corner route who one-on-one in man coverage, it's usually barbecue chicken. This is the 3rd route combo I got for you guys. So this one looks a little bit different. So what we did here on this play is we left the running back in place. This time we're actually not moving the running back for once. What we actually did is we moved the receiver that was on the right side of the field, and we actually moved him to the left side of the field, and have him lined up in the slot now. The main reason why we're doing this is because we really want this running back to have all the space in the world to run this wheel route. One-on-one in man coverage, running back wheel routes are amazing. The only thing that's really stopping this guy from getting open is if there's a safety up top on the right side of the field to take him away. Besides that, if you got a running back with at least just somewhat decent type of speed and a quarterback with a big arm, you can go ahead and loft that thing downfield. If it's one-on-one, it's a touchdown almost every time. As for everything else we have on the field, we motion the receiver, like I said, over to the opposite side of the field, the running back, to give him space. So we got him on a little zig route because the zig routes against man coverage are just great. You also got the post route from the skinny post route over the middle. And then with the tight end, I like actually, so the in route I have him on, it's not a normal in route. I like to actually stem route him. I always forgot I gotta do it like this. So I like put him on an in route and then stem route him, usually about 10 yards or something like that. Pretty good depth, 8-9 yards. And that's also just a really good route against man coverage, because the tight end's going to most likely be against the linebacker. So I would say that this can work against two high. It's definitely going to work against single high. Cover zero, I mean, it's going to kill it. We got the other tight end blocking. I would not recommend putting the other tight end on any type of inside route, like an in route or a drag or anything like that, because what that's going to do is that's going to kind of run him into the initial point of this wheel route, and their user might try to run over there and try to lurk it and then play the wheel route. So you don't really want him to kind of you don't want him to get over there to the wheel route. If he actually decides, okay, I'm going to go over there and play the wheel route, then you got pretty much everything else on the field open, because it's going to be really hard for the guys one-on-one to guard it. This next route combo right here is it's almost kind of like you're running the default YSL play, just with a little bit of flavor on it. So it's the default play, except the only difference is I motion the running back out and I put him on a zig route. Now, if you're noticing that you're getting blitzed and you got to block an extra guy, you have the option of either one, blocking the tight end on the out route, or blocking the running back IDing. Do whatever you got to do there. And just the stock play itself is really good. The quick out route on the left to the tight end Y is always really good against man coverage. Backside in routes are great. We talked about it before. The corner routes from these tight ends, it's always so hard for the DBs to play, because they're getting a free release, and there's not really much jamming going on, and they can kind of do what they want on the route. As for the streak for this receiver, it's really completely up to you. Usually if it's man, I like to give the corner route space. So in this situation, let's say for example you're blocking a running back, then instead in this situation you don't got to leave him on a smoke screen. You can put him on a little in route or something like that. If you're blocking the tight end then and the running back, then put him on a little drag or something like this. This right here isn't a bad route combo. And then if you want to, you could take him off the backside in route, put him on a little post route or something like that. Or you know what? You can always put him on a little stop route. We talked about it. Stop routes are great against man coverage. All right, so we're going to move out of ace offset. I got probably two more plays I'm going to give you guys. The next thing we're going to go to is we're going to look at deuce close. So we're going to look at this play all the way to the far right here. Corner and goes. This is such a really good play for me. I love this play. I love this play even against zone coverage. I love it. I love it in short down situations. I love using it in the red zone. It's such a really good play, and I'm going to show you guys why. The stock play itself, you can just straight up snap it like that. Those zig routes from those tight ends are going to get wide open, and if you're sending pressure out of it, then I would typically, what I do is you leave the running back block, and then you block the tight end opposite of the running back. So in this situation, it would be Y. You leave that one zig route out there. Now, I definitely would not leave the receivers on these little up in the whatever you want to call this route. It never really works. In zone, it's always really nice just to kind of streak both the guys down the middle and then make a read there. Or what you could do is you could put them both on corner routes, stem route them down a little bit, something like that. But really, your main goal is here, you're really trying to throw the inside zig to the tight end. A lot of times what I do is I'll put the corner route out there on the wide side of the field. We're in the middle of the field, so we'll have it on the right side of the field, and then the other receiver, I like to put him on a little skinny post route, stem route it down a little bit, and a little something like that. Very, very good play against man coverage. This right here is going to be the very fast last play that we look at. It's going to be in wing halfback weak side close. It's going to be the play to the far right, P-A-Y over. This is love this play against man coverage. I like a lot of plays against man coverage. This one's really good. One of the main reasons why is you see this route that the receiver on the left is running. It's like a fade type of route, and he's pretty much solo, and he's lined up in the slot, so he's got lots of room to run it. You definitely want to run this mostly to the wide side of the field. If a DB is pressing right in front of his face, if your receiver, even if your receiver's not fast enough, a lot of times, if he could just get off that press, lob that thing up, if it's cover zero, it's barbecue chicken, man. That's the only way I can put it. As for the other adjustments I like to make out of this, what I like to do is the receiver on the right that's running like this little weird post route, I actually like to streak him out of this as well, because a lot of times, like if they're jammed up right in front of their face, they'll just get right off the press and just fly right downfield. So if there's no safety over the top, I mean, there's nothing they can pretty much do about that. That's just the other routes I like to put out there. If it's some type of blitz, I might block the running back. If not, then I'll let the running back run an in route. I usually keep the tight end A on his little crossing route. And then for this other tight end, it's weird. Sometimes I like to put the corner route out there because it's really good, but then what'll happen is the man coverage, if it's pressed, guys will get all bumped around and stuff, and then the corner route gets messed up and the streak gets messed up. But then sometimes it works in your favor. All that stuff gets messed up. Now the streak's wide open downfield. Now the corner route's wide open. So that's something that's not really too bad right there. If it's getting all too jumbled up for you, then what you could do is I like to actually motion the tight end to the other side, and then I like to put him on a little drag or something like this. But then at that point, you don't want to leave the running back on the little in route. So maybe I'll put him on a little flat route, swing route, or like I said, I'll just pretty much block him. So it'll look a little something like this. This is a really good play. A lot of times I'm trying to bomb this downfield when I come out in this. Those are pretty much all the route combos I have to give out to you guys. Now, like I said, some of the concepts we talked about, you can run this in a lot of stuff that you guys run. If you guys have any questions about beating man coverage, you know, setting up maybe pass protectors or anything like that in general, you guys can comment it down below. Like I said, this is the Charlotte playbook. You don't like some of these concepts you can maybe do them at a bunch. Maybe you can do them at a double, spread, empty. It's going to be a little bit tougher though at a spread and empty because some of the stuff we talked about, one of the key things is having a tight end lined up on the line of scrimmage. So maybe like bunch, doubles, those might be really good. Trips tight end, kind of trips tight end might be really good to replicate some of the stuff we talked about. Like I said, if you guys got questions, you can comment them down below. If this video did help you guys, man, drop a like. And if you're not subbed to the channel, definitely want to sub to the channel, man. We got lots of more college football 25 content on the way. You don't want to miss that. But that is pretty much all I got for this one, boys. Till the next time, man, I'll see y'all in the next one.